Hi, welcome to episode 3 of Minimalism and Money. My name is Erica Lucas. Welcome to the channel. In this particular video, I am going to be talking about how we sent $8,100 to our debt, how the 90-day budget has been working out, what works and what doesn't work, including 2 keys that have really helped me better manage money and have a better relationship with money, and how we're doing on our debt avalanche. So let's get started. In case you're new here, this is episode 3. The first episode was about the debt, in which I announced that we have $60,592 in debt that we're facing as a result of bad decisions, being an overspender, a maximalist, bad budgeting, no budgeting. In my second video, I talked about sinking funds, and that's one of the things that works in the budget that we have. So I want to talk a little bit about that as well. This is being published in the middle of March. However, I have paid all of our bills for March. So we're done with March except for discretionary or necessary spending at the end, but otherwise bills have been paid and I won't be making any more debt payments this month. So what I share with you is actually for January 1st through March 31st of 2020, this year. So here's how we came up with $8,100 to send to the debt, towards the debt. The first thing we did was we sold stuff that we didn't need. It gave us about $200. Saved $350 over this 90-day period in just tamping down on the grocery bill and making every little noodle stretch and just eating what we buy and buying what we plan to eat. Dining out, we cut out $600. I did a lot of drive-thrus with the kids out of convenience before, and I've had to really rein that in. Am I still doing it? Yeah, I am. Honestly, I am still dining out, and I know that I would have even more money if I stopped. The way our schedule is sometimes, it's just so much easier for me to order a pizza or to go through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru in between appointments or something like that where I can't double back home. I forgot to pack a lunch. It just works out. So I allow space and grace for that because that's our life and I need to be able to live it without feeling bad about it. So I allow for space and grace for pizza. I also canceled our car wash subscription. Yeah, I paid $17 a month for me to be able to wash my car anytime I wanted. They have these amazing industrial vacuums at this car wash that my life needs, okay? I have 3 kids that eat in the car and they make the most ridiculous messes. What else did we do? We lowered the heat in the house throughout this winter. We lowered it 2 degrees. I typically keep it at 71 degrees pretty much year round, air conditioning or heat. I lowered it to 69 in the heat. And we just have blankets and layer up during the day. And we've had an unseasonably warm winter, so we've been fortunate enough to be able to lower the heat a bit. And it's saved about $25 a month. We were spending $180 a month on 529s. Obviously, it's a great investment. It's their future. It's their education. We're just hitting the pause button on it for right now while we dedicate that money towards the debt. And then we'll return to the 529s. And then another thing I did was paid off our car. I am going to take a second here and thank everybody who emailed me all of your suggestions about money and finance and how to approach it. And someone had suggested get rid of that Toyota bill because that frees up $355 a month. And so I paid it. I paid the regular bill in January and February. And in March, I paid it off. There was $1,054 left. We had a tax return. I used it. I used part of the tax return to pay off the Toyota. So we now own the Toyota outright. But we did sneak in a debt snowball, pay off the Toyota. And so now I'm going to put that $350 back up to the top and try to get rid of that card as fast as we can. All of those efforts amounted to $2,165 in money that I could pull together in these 90 days. We combined that with $1,835 pulled from our tax refund and put it together for $4,000 as an extra payment to the first credit card in the debt avalanche that we're doing. Then you toss in the $1,054 that we pulled in also from the tax refund. And then the regular payments that we make towards debt anyway, so the extra, the regular, And that's how we ended up with $8,112 that we pushed right towards the debt. It's not going to be as aggressive from this point forward. We took advantage of a portion of our tax return to be able to pay off the Toyota and put more towards that top credit card of 29.9% interest. Side note, I did call the company, the credit card company, and ask them to reduce it. They said no. And it's to their advantage to take advantage of me at this time because I have all of this balance, right? I mean, why would they change it? It's not their advantage, right? They have me in a corner, my back in a corner. So I am aggressively paying off that card. And when I get it down to zero, I'm going to call them back and ask them the same question. And hopefully after 25 years, they're going to bring that back down. We are using the debt avalanche approach versus the debt snowball. Debt avalanche is where you have a couple of bills and you pay off the ones with the highest interest rates first, then the second highest interest rate, third highest interest rate, and so on. You pay it off faster and you pay less interest over time. The debt snowball reverses the payment process where you pay off the smallest amount, the smallest bill, total bill. You pay that off first, and when that's gone, you snowball, roll that payment into the next one, and then you snowball it into the next one until you get rid of it. You have more psychological wins with the snowball, but you pay it off faster and with less money on the debt avalanche. So at the start of the year, January 1st, we had $60,592. And now on as of March 31st, 2020, we will have $52,000 in debt. Still a huge number, still 5 digits, still working on it. I use Microsoft Excel for budgeting. I'm very comfortable in the program. I know it well. It does the math for me. Okay, I nerded out. I built some charts. Here we go. So I made this pie chart that shows where the money went over the last 90 days. And I also made a bar chart that shows by category how my spending changed. I really wanted to demonstrate how the money shifted over these 90 days. And me paying attention to every single dollar allowed me to delineate between discretionary spending and necessary spending. Necessary spending are utilities, stuff for the dog, stuff that I have to pay for. Discretionary spending is discretionary. We are choosing to spend that money. I am choosing to spend money on sports. I am choosing to spend money on date night. That's discretionary spending. And you'll notice that our discretionary spending went down. Our necessary spending went up because we had medical bills that came in that I did not have a sinking fund for. So I had to pay those out of pocket. We had $1,000 out of pocket in the first part of the year until our cap is met. And I just don't have that. So I'm paying cash for that and creating space in the budget for it now. I'm also creating a sinking fund for next year. So I'm saving money every month now for that $1,000 advanced copay for next year. I've had two keys to success that have really made this possible for me and changed my relationship with money. Switching to cash has absolutely changed my relationship with cash. So if it's in the wallet, I'm able to spend it. I have it earmarked. It's for something. When it's gone, it's gone. I do not allow myself to swipe any cards anymore. I will not allow it. So I have to have the cash to pay for it. If I don't have the cash, we don't have it. We don't get it. I have accounted for everything else in the budget and for cash to spend on it. And so when the money's gone, the money's gone. And whatever it is that I am trying to spend cash on is discretionary. It's never anything that's necessary. Anything that comes up that's necessary or emergency, I've got an emergency fund. I should mention that. We hit Dave Ramsey's baby step number 1 with $1,000 in emergency savings. We have that. I have that. So if we have something that pops up that's necessary or emergency, I got money set aside for it. Otherwise, it's discretionary and I don't need it. If I don't have the cash, I don't get it. And that's a big habit change to making it possible to pay off debt. The other key to my success has been sinking funds. Absolutely. We are up to 16 monthly sinking funds. I started with 13, and then over the last 90 days, I've discovered 3 more that I needed to add in. So my 16 are childcare, date night, laundry room, sports, haircuts, birthday, Christmas, the dog, refuse bill this year, refuse bill next year, medical, car maintenance, house maintenance, home warranty, taxes, and the sewer bill. I got my my 40 bucks in here for the boys' haircuts. Otherwise, the money has been spent. For sports, pets, for work, for birthdays. My daughter had a birthday. So the money that has been set aside for this month for sinking funds is gone. And that's the intention, that it's earmarked for something, it's spent on that thing, and that's it. If it's not spent on that thing for whatever reason, then it's extra cash. And nothing wrong with that. But so far I've been spending what I've been planning to spend. So planning ahead. The other thing that goes along with the sinking funds cash version is a sinking funds online version. I have a separate savings account that I set up in our bank account with our bank. It's literally called sinking funds, and it has $930 in it so far for these 90 days. And I've been moving money into it based on each thing that I can set aside money for. So any one of those sinking funds that I mentioned, if it's not a cash system, it gets moved into that bank account for a future bill. It is a savings for a future bill that I am going to have to pay. And for me, historically, if I had to pay for gymnastics, I would pay for gymnastics, but then have to put groceries on the credit card. Or I would pay for the dog's vet bill and have to put groceries on the credit card, because I did not have a plan for those life scenarios. And having a plan has changed everything and made it possible for me to track every dollar and to get rid of $8,000 of our debt so far. Hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a like below, subscribe to my face right here, and leave me a comment if you've been going through a debt payoff or what you think of this video. If you like this series, let me know below in a comment. Thanks for watching.